your girl, Aimee J, your personal hype man and friend, here today on this Wednesday, February 26, 2020. As always, checking in to see how are you doing. What's going on, y'all? How is the day? It is a new day, a new chance to chase your dreams, and I'm stoked to be here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You know, I love these conversations. I love these chats that we have, this hype man talk, and I love the topics because it reminds me just as much as I'm talking to you guys, it's a reminder to myself as well, and lessons, and this one's no different. Today's Hype Man Talk is about focusing on your race. Focus on your own race. What I mean by that is life is a marathon. There are intervals, there are rest stops along the way, but you got to pace yourself, and you have to focus on your own race, because if you look at the next person beside you, if you look at the people who come in and out of your life and you're like, hey, I want that, you get distracted and you don't make the progress you should. You gotta focus on your race with blinders on. People get offended by the whole thing about stay in your lane, but people can't define your lane. You have to define your lane. So I like the analogy stay in your lane because it makes you focus on what you're doing, but you define what that lane is. You define the roadblocks. You define what you're going to do. Maybe you're multifaceted. Maybe you're multi-talented. Cool. That's your definition of the lane. Don't look at someone else's lane. Don't look at someone else and how they're doing or how far they've made progress, because once you do that, you stumble, you fall, you don't make progress. You slow down, sometimes even stop running your own race. And that's what happens. And so the thing about running a race is you don't know the other person's lane. You don't know what the other person's lane has. You don't know the roadblocks. You don't know the mountains. You don't know the valleys that they had to go through. Each lane is different. Each lane is designed differently because each one is custom to their own life. That's why I said you have to design your own lane. Some things are going to pop up like a Mario Kart game out of nowhere, kick you off course, but you have to stay in your lane and define it. Okay? The thing about lanes and the problem that people have is we look at someone's lane and we think we know what they're doing. We're like, man, look at them. Look at that person. And we think we're looking at somebody said it in keeping with my analogy. Somebody else said you're looking at someone else's chapter 20 when you're just at the beginning. It's true. But keeping with the race analogy, you're looking at someone's 20th lap while you're only on lap 3. Right? They earned that. They got the endurance. They're going the long distance. And you're just on lap 3. You're just beginning. You're at different places. You're at different places. And this is the big thing with overnight successes. You only see that moment. You're not seeing all the things that they went through. You're not seeing the dips, the valleys, the mountains they had to climb, the dangers they had to go through. You're not seeing the struggle that people go through. Everyone has a different lane. Everyone has a different race. Don't look at someone else's. Focus on your own race. And make it your own. Make it your own. Because you can win your own race. You can't win someone else's. So keep your eyes forward and wear your blinders. It should be just you and your goal. Remember, guys, you have your own race to win. You define how you win it. Because you are awesome. You are loved. You are needed. And most importantly, you are enough as you are, just the way you are. Never forget that. All right, guys, until tomorrow when we check back in, remember, don't stop. Keep chasing.